Hello, it's me, Tali. And Tali-isms are the weird things I say and do when I forget the words for things. Holy pigs, there's a lot of pigs up here. Jeekers. Ned, that's a lot of pigs. Bacon. It might be time for bacon. Okay. Anyway, off topic. I'm gonna build a tree, like right here, and I'm gonna try and ignore the light issues, and I'm gonna just like do it kind of as a how Telly goes through building a tree. And this is a basic process that I've worked on over the years. It all started after I watched a tutorial by Gemini Tay, who is an amazing builder. I would bet money you all know her. He- Hello, sir. Is it time for beef? Mmm, steak. Anyway, we're gonna build a tree right here, and this one we're gonna try and only use vanilla blocks, only things that you could find in the regular game. Cause I play modded Minecraft for ease of use and stuff. I have some accessibility issues with my hands, and so modded Minecraft just cuts down on some of the details I have to do with my hands, which makes life better and easier, and I feel more accomplished. So that's why I play modded. But I'd love to do a vanilla tree. And then maybe next to it, I'll do a modded tree. But first, this is a video that my Twitch subscribers unlocked because they gave me all the bits and it was awesome. And as a thank you, I am building them a tree. So here we go. I don't know what this is going to look like, but this is the before picture, and I'll see you on the other side. Enjoy the show. All right. Hi, everybody. I'm back. We needed to take a pause from the building and check out some awesome progress that we've made and talk a little bit about why we did it the way we did. So one thing I want to point out that super duper helps with all of my excuse you. Excuse you. Jeekers, all these animals with their rumps in my face don't appreciate it. Anywho, one of the things that that super helps me when it comes to building organics and stuff like that is I mean, on this server it's the use of my mini map right there in the top left corner. But um it on Bedrock or vanilla servers, you can do the same thing. You just have to have a map in your hand. So I'm going to take a second and pull that map up. Okay, so you see we have a hot mess of white tendrils. And that is exactly what I want it to look like. I want it to look like I noticed that it's a lot more concentrated over here. That's not great, but it's fine. It's not perfect. There's not a perfect rhyme or rhythm to it. And that's part of what I want. And now I cannot move in this perspective. I'm so sorry. Okay. So now going back at it, we've used a couple different types of blocks, and I'm gonna mix these up a bit because they're not quite right. These are mostly just placeholders at the moment. Um, but we've got calcite, diorite, white wool, and then pale oak fences and diorite walls. Okay, so nothing fancy, all vanilla blocks. Okay, and I've got my handy elytra, and I fly around and I look at it, and yeah, I see that it kind of has this divot. Okay, I missed. Shock and awe. We're actually gonna go sleep. I go through a lot of rockets. It's fine. It's fine. It's fine. We bankroll the server. It's all good. It's nighttime. I would like to sleep, please. Hello, sir. I am surprised you have not despawned yet. Weirdo. I stole your llamas. Leadsman! Alright. Whoa. Sir. Jeekers. Ned, that scared the bejesus out of me. Anyway. So we're gonna try again. Alright. Alright. Whoop! Alright. Forget this. Forget this. We're gonna use our handy dandy free cam. Again, cheating, but it's fine. Alright. So if I look at this thing, I see that around this area, around the outside, it goes up. Okay. So I've got this nice almost bowl shape in the middle. All right, but it's very implied. There's no strict lines. It's just this is what I call a swoopy. Okay? Like it's this gradual arc. And it's not symmetrical, and it's not perfect, and it's just there. You just put in some rough lines and then you shape around it. So we've got all these branches coming out, okay? And this will make the canopy of our tree. But what I've done is I've placed it so that in general, they are going out from the big part in the middle, and they are going out in diagonals. Nothing is super duper straight. It's a lot of stair stepping and things like that. And I will probably come back in and I will break some of the fences and stuff like that, because I'm sure there are spots where it's too concentrated and there are spots where it's not concentrated enough and stuff like that. But I wanted to just kind of explain, okay, you saw me build this, but why? And is that really how it's supposed to look? And the 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 answer is yes. It's supposed to look like a hot mess of branch garbage. And and that's the point. It's not perfect. It's organic. This is why I like to build like this. There's no counting involved. It's just like, well, that feels about right. And you can add more, take some away. It's very easy in this happy little block game. Anyway, so let's get in there and let's add some shading, and then we'll start to add the leaves. But first, let's get some of the shading in the tree. So I'm using the diorite. I'm trying to use that as the darker shadows of the tree, and I'll use the calcite as the medium tone, and the wool will be the lightest tone. Now, the hiccup with that is I do not have wool walls or slabs or stairs like I do in modded, and I don't have calcite walls, slabs, or stairs like I do in modded. So to combat that, we're using pale oak. Uh, we're using the pale oak fences, and we're using some diorite walls up top to get that kind of thicker branch vibe. But it's not quite the right color, and it's not quite perfect, but it's close enough. And so we look at it and we go, meh, maybe that's in a shadow. Cool. Like if it doesn't make sense, that's okay. Maybe that's part of the magic of it. I don't know. This is why I am a rubbish builder, because I don't always think about the physics of the trees and the logic and all of it. I'm more along the lines of we're in this magic world. Let's make some magic. And if it doesn't quite make sense logically, we'll get it close, but not perfect. I'm not going for perfect. I'm going for good enough. And that's been a struggle for me. I definitely am a perfectionist. So trees have been a place where, well, if there's some flaws, awesome. That's just character. That's why I like to build them. Anyway, that was a giant rant. Let's get back to it. All right. Bye. All right, gang. We did it. We made a tree. It's a blue tree because I think that would be cool. So that's what I made. We'll do a flyover and show off a little bit what we've done and talk about it. Um, we'll probably just use free camp because that's easiest and I'm lazy. Anywho, yeah, let's check it out. So we've got some nice blue flowers around the area, and we've got branches filled with leaves, but you can still see all the branches, or at least most of them. There's glass up here to soften how everything looks, and we've made sure to add some end rods. End rods are, no joke, one of my best friends. Um, but yeah, you pretty much, once you've got that base part in, all you got to do is go in and fill it out. And you saw I did it very randomly. And I picked out my leaf blocks that I liked, went from in a gradient, starting with the lightest, and I put those on first. This is where I want the light to be touching, to be the highlight of the tree. And then I went in with my next gradient color, following the next one, and so on and so forth, ending with glass and end rods to soften everything up. And there are some floating bits, and that's 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 part of what makes Minecraft magical, is some of that floating stuff is allowed and it's fine. And I added a nice little tree swing for hanging out on, and you know, all that good stuff. Cause what's a good swoopy magical tree without an awesome swing? And there's a respawn bench because I scatter these around like they're confetti. We sneak in a couple levers to be small branches that are still popping up. We alternated the iron rods and the iron bars to give it a little texture. We added some viney, flowery bits on the back side, added the colors of flowers that I felt went with this vibe, and all in all, we've got a nice little tree ready for our our friends to hang out with. Oh, I can't do that because I've got chat turned off, so I can't cheat and show you my sit. But anywho, um, that's about it, guys. I hope you're having an awesome day, and remember to find your daily happy. And I'm so glad you stopped by. If you wouldn't mind giving it a like or subscribe, that would be amazing. But I hope you have a good one, and we'll talk to you soon.